Hi, and welcome to another episode of Friendly Plastic TV. I'm your host, Linda Peterson of Linda Peterson Designs. On today's show, I thought it would be interesting to take friendly plastic and make it look like something that it's not. So I'll show you how to take friendly plastic pellets and strips to create the look of aged patina copper. Does that sound interesting? Well, I'm anxious to show you how. This is a great technique for those of you that want to use your scraps and have something to do with those, because remember, in Friendly Plastic we don't waste anything. So if you have some bits and pieces laying around, or you have some extra Friendly Plastic pellets laying around from another project, feel free to use those. Now, before you actually put your plastic into a mold, obviously you'll want to heat it so that it's soft and pliable. I prefer a dry heat method, whether you want to use the griddle, or my favorite for this method is the heat gun because it's quick and easy. So I've heated up, on this side I've heated up the pellets. These pellets I've pre-colored brown. You don't have to color them. That doesn't matter because these are left over from another project. And on this side, on this mold, I've actually molded it with a strip of the copper plastic. Alright, when your piece is cool, then you're simply going to pop this out. Now, as I pop it out, you're going to notice that I have already started applying some rub and buff. This is a wax-based product, and this particular color is one of my favorites. It's called Patina. A little bit goes a long way. You'll just add a little to the end of a makeup sponge. And the main thing that you want to concern yourself with here is to be sure and get this patina color into all the cracks and crevices of your piece, and let that dry just a little bit. You'll notice on the piece that I used to strip, now I did apply the patina rub and buff, but in this particular piece I only applied it in certain areas. I didn't apply it all the way through, and this is because I have a metallic foil that I want to show through. And on this one, obviously there wasn't any metallic foil, so we have to create the metallic look. So now I'm going to use some autumn gold. This is a real pretty copper, and again, a little goes a long way. So just get a little bit on the end of your makeup sponge, and now you're going to start highlighting and going over all of the, and you're going to continue to do this until you get the desired effect that you like. Now, I'll tell you a little tip here. What I really like to do is I like to combine my colors, and I like to come back in with some gold patina or gold leaf. It just gives it a little bit of added dimension. Tap off a little bit, and then just kind of blot that over. The nice thing about this in using the pellets is if you don't like the result, you can simply heat them up and start over again. So that's one thing that I really like about using the pellets. So you'll get something like this. Now, because this is copper, now I won't go over this one with the copper rub and buff, but I will go over it with the gold leaf. And I'll just touch up some of those highlighted areas. So this is a perfect way to use your scraps. It's also great for all of you altered artists out there. Sometimes you don't have the exact embellishment that you're looking for, so now you can create that. I wanted to show you what these would look like after they're finished. And this one here I have molded on a piece of, or I've used friendly plastic pellets, and so I just used the rub and buff to make the back look metallic as well. And I've used a lot of patina on this one. This one here is molded from a strip of friendly plastic, the gold matte strip. You can tell because it has a little bit on the back, and I haven't finished this back yet. But now you can see that they're very similar, yet they have subtle differences. Another thing that I like to do is when I buy my embellishments, especially those that I'm going to use over and over again, keys and coins are staples in my little stash. I use these a lot on cards in my altered art projects. So I'll create a mold of these, and that way I can reproduce them over and over again. This key was made from scrap friendly plastic pellets, and I used the same technique with the patina rub and buff, and then going over it with copper or the antique gold rub and buff, so you can see how realistic these look. And then of course we've got the one that we did in today's project. So this is a really great time-saving tip. It's also a money-saving tip, and I hope you enjoy making your own faux metal embellishments. Well, I hope you found the tips and techniques featured in today's blog really helpful, and I hope they save you a lot of money too. Remember, you can get more tips and techniques on our blog at friendlyplastic.blogspot.com. And while you're there, send us an email because we want to hear from you. That'll do it for today's episode. I look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Friendly Plastic TV.